it's a wonderful speech she wrote, and it was also published in Harvard News and other papers. Where she's explaining about her aim and what she felt when she came over, her parents and everything. It's a wonderful piece. So if IT you mind, if you can share that the speech.
Thank you. I had a dream like many of you do. It was a small, hopeless dream because I come from a place where I had no choices. It wasn't a dream to become a doctor, lawyer, or engineer. It wasn't a dream to live in a mansion, drive a fancy car, or wear expensive clothes. It was my dream to be married, have a family, and live life as my parents did. I had this small dream because I was a refugee living in Nepal and had no other choices besides becoming a wife and a parent. Imagine your life in a in a hut made of bamboo and thatch, a hut without electricity or running water, a home without a plumbing or refrigerator or privacy. How can you dream of a better life in that situation? Think about it. You cannot change your future unless you are a super genius or super rich. This is a life I lived just about 4 years ago. You may not live in a refugee camp like I did, but I know that many of you do have faced similar circumstances like being a homeless, losing a loved ones, or living without enough food. Now I'm living in the United States, which is a country known throughout the world as a dreamland, a land of opportunities. I never thought that I would be able to come to this country, but now that I'm here in the United States, I have the chance to expand my dream. I have the chance to dream of a better future for me and for my family. What has allowed me to dream are the opportunities that I was provided here. A good education, wonderful people, and meeting friends from different cultures who have their own American dream. You also were given these same opportunities here, so you can also live the American dream. We have all completed the first step, getting our high school diploma. Now we must move forward. This is what our family, teachers, and loved ones want for us. This is what we should want for ourselves. When I was a child, I used to go to a nearby field and play in the mud with friends. When we heard a plane flying above us, we used to look up at it and scream for it to take us to a different world. Now go back to your own childhood, and you might remember having your own wish for a plane to take you away. For us, that plane was magic. We never thought that it was made for us, and that one day we really would be flying inside as it took us to a different world. You might not think that an American dream is made for you, but if that plane, that magic was real for me, the American dream can be real for you, for all of us. Thank you.
And Mark, of course. Mark has written books on poetries and his amazing photographs that he's taken. So, Mark, would you like to share a poetry?
This is my first book called Hate With My Eyes. You heard in the news about people who try to cross the sea and they die in the river. A lot of people freaking, but it's nothing new. It's happened to a lot of Haitians too. In the 1980s, a lot of Haitians come from Haiti to Miami. We wasn't in camp in Haiti, but we were in camp in the United States because there's one Talamo. About that time, there's almost 100,000 Haitians there. The other guy was Chrome. There's a lot of Haitians there. From 19 almost 100,000 Haitians was on camp in the United States. And then also so many Haitians died, try to come to America. And every week somebody call you, oh, my son came, I didn't hear from him. Because they just come in Carolobos and Bahamas, they just crossing the shore. And I was thinking, so many Haitians died, I can't be the bridge for those people. And that's why I call the poem, I want to build a bridge. I want to build a bridge of dead bodies, bodies of Haitians who died in the sea in the way to America. America, the land, and everything. I want to build a bridge of dead bodies, bodies of Haitian who die in the maritime world. I want to build a bridge of dead bodies, bodies of Haitian who the world forgets. I want to build a bridge of dead bodies, bodies of thousands of Haitians who left behind family who are still waiting to hear from them. Then will become food for the fish. This is the people who did not make it. And then the other poem called I Am a Refugees, because Haitian, about that time, Haitian had tough time in Miami, and then I was there, and that's the way I describe it. I am a refugee in America, but justice and freedom are always just for me. I am a refugee on the hot end of Uncle Sam, where law has changed against me. I'm a refugee in the land of opportunities, where human rights and equality are provided. Accept me. I'm a refugee standing at the golden door of Miss Liberty, where she leaves her touch to welcome all refugees but me. I'm a refugee in America without papers, without name, without power, because I come from another world. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We have 20 more minutes, so I would also like to, open it up to the audience. So if you have any questions, you can raise your hand. I can, reach out there. So if you have any questions, then we have a final. I have last questions there. So if you have any questions, you can raise your hand.
I wonder, especially with the political climate that we have right now, did you all come as under refugee status or immigration?
It's only IT who came as a refugee status. They came from Bhutan in the early 90s. About 200,000, I think that was the number. They were forced out of their land, and they were left in the border closer to Nepal in India, and they walked all the way in. So since then, they've been living there for 20 years, past 20 years. So IT, I think there's about, I don't know, maybe I can give the numbers, but I think there's about close to over 60,000 refugees from Bhutan that has resettled in the U.S. You want to say something?
Yeah, so recent political issues that our president's doing, it doesn't really affecting refugee from Nepal, but obviously it's affecting the refugee overall, mostly the Muslim refugee. So I feel like even though it's not affecting to my community, I feel like it's still my responsibility to speak up about it, because I was given the opportunities that coming to here and then live in my dream. and live and then like become what I want to become. So I don't want that opportunity take away from the other refugees also, who are looking for same opportunity as I do. So I think I want to quote the Martin Luther King quotes here. So injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. So I believe in that. So I will do whatever I can to do. Currently, I'm doing internship at Legislative Office Building for one of the state representatives. So I feel like this is my first step going toward the politics. Thank you.
Is any other?
What was the most difficult thing for you to adjust to once you came to the United States?
You want to address this specific someone or all?
All of them.
Was there a specific one thing that was difficult for you to adjust to?
Fear, because anytime you see a police car pass by, you it's not fun, But it's tough. Anytime you see a police car by you, you're hiding, and people come to your house and already open the door, and the language, the culture, because you come from Haiti, you speak in French, and you come in English, and everything is completely different, and you have to learn. That's why we all participate. In little Haiti, there's 250,000 Haitians there because only way to survive is to live around people around you. That's why they say immigrants like to stay together, not because we have to stay. It's the only way we can survive. But the language or the culture, if you move somewhere else. Happened to me because I was in Miami for 7 years, and I got a job went to California. I cry every day. Honestly, no Haitian. I call every day in Miami because you just like you lost. All lost thing is hard, but sometimes nobody wants to leave home. But we leave home for a better life for necessity. If I have money, I will never come here. I'll stay in Haiti. But sometimes necessity forces you to do things you don't want to do.
For me, there are many difficult moments that I faced, but one of the most difficult for me is adjusting in American culture, because I came from a totally different culture, and like way you speak to people, the way you act at school is way different than here. So first day when I went to Harvard High, I was very shocked by how the students react to teacher. So still I'm working on. I'm still learning how to adjust in American culture. Still I don't know. I feel like when I talk to certain people, I still feel like maybe this is not appropriate. So everything's basically like how to eat food, how to dress up in certain events, and how to talk to people. Still, I'm having a difficult time, but I feel like I'm learning also from there. And I'm very outgoing person. Since I came here, I got involved in a lot of voluntary activities. So that's how also from that point also I learned a lot. But still there are, I think, many things that I still have to learn. So yeah.
I'm here is I see, first times I see the tourist people, blue eye volunteer. First I see the Nepal tourist people came, my life, my baby. My mom said, wow, killer people come hiding. We hide at the rock caves 3 hours. 3 hours in a chapter we go slowly come. These people have a camera, take it all the time to the mountain. Some things they give me chocolate. We are looking chocolate. We never not eat chocolate our life. Never. No. So sweet, I put on my mouth, I put on my sister's mouth, and my sister also spit in there. My sister, oh no, so weird guest, we never not eat this kind of food, after I came here, really I see in Nepal, different tourists come, just a few tourists come balloon hair in blue eye. I see here, I come first time Harper, I see many people balloon hair in blue eye. Oh my God! I also wanted my eyes blue too. I really want. I'm so look like a cat. I want to learn. What are people doing? Because I cannot read. I just look television. What do people do? I just want to learn. I don't want to touch. I'm look like a cat and a monkey learning something. They're touching. I want to learn. This is I want to explore myself. I've been learning English. People whatever talks, people can dress up. I want to try going there, Whatever I can post, I buy them. I cannot post them, I cannot buy. But just I learn, I never know learn. I cannot read because I never know been in school. I just look in television. Learning to look like a cat, house cat.
Just talking about the challenges that we have in this the community. I mean, I've been working so closely with the Bhutanese community since they've been here. I can still recall 3 brothers who came over in Hartford when I was there. And over the time when I was working, and it was certainly there was a spike on suicidal rates in that community. And people were like, "Oh, what's happening? They got everything here. They got the house, they got everything." But you got to understand that these were not the folks who were like us, who we came here willingly. We wanted to give it up, but they were folks who were driven out of their place, from their villages, spent 18 to 20 years in a refugee camp, and when they get resettled here, nobody understands what their language is, their culture. And they have to adapt it to a whole different way, work, everything. So, it just comes along with that, the depression and everything. So, I mean, they've come a long way. And when I see, people like IT or Mark, it's quite an achievement. So that's what, we want to celebrate their achievement. Does anyone have questions?
Was it the Chinese that drove you out of Nepal? Who drove you out of Nepal?
If I can give that a little bit and I can explain it.
My parents are Nepali, but I think their forefather went to Bhutan looking for good land for farming, just like people who came to America for looking for opportunities. So, and my grandma born in Bhutan. My mom, my parents also born in Bhutan. But later on, in their lifetimes, they faced the ethnic conflicts. The Bhutanese government, they have a kingdom. That's a kingdom country. So they forced them to wear the Bhutanese clothes and then read their language and speak in their language. And because of that ethnic conflict, they fled from Bhutan and came to Nepal looking for their rights as a Nepali. But they ended up in refugee camp. And fortunately, United Nations helped them. And I wasn't born in camp, and that's why also I want to go for international organizations like United Nations and work for refugee people. And I want to give back what I got.
So even though they were born, you were born in Bhutan?
No, I was born in camp.
But your grandmother and so forth, they were Bhutanese?
They are Nepalese also, but they are Bhutanese citizen.
Yeah, it is
It's what you call Nepalese of Bhutanese origin. Sorry, Bhutanese of Nepalese origin. I went backwards. So about over 500 years ago, Nepal was, very good in doing agriculture and stuff. Bhutan was not. So the king of Bhutan came to Nepal, and it's saying that they took about 500 or 600 farmers back to Bhutan, and the king wanted them to show his subjects how to do agriculture in an effective way and stuff. So it grew up, and they had quite a number of properties and stuff. So Bhutan went back to one religion, one country. So they believed in Hinduism, and Bhutan is a Buddhist country. So there was a conflict, so they got kicked out in the early 90s. About 200,000. So that's how they're considered Bhutanese of Nepalese origin. And
if we want to continue to learn how you all are doing, what you're doing, how the climb goes, how would we do that? I mean, it's 2017. Do you all have websites, or what would we do?
I don't know, LACPA, Mark, of course, Mark has a big website.
Okay.
He's in books and publication and stuff. LACPA, I think this climbing is going to be documented. There's a talk about getting out a book. I think the 8th summit will be documented right from here. IT can also explain why she got so passionate about getting into law and government. Because I see her, as a regular teenager, struggle between, what the subject, but, then she suddenly switched over to, I want to become a lawyer. So, and she explained it, very nicely that, she wants to give it back to, helping the refugees resettle. So, is there any questions that you want to ask? Is there,
I have probably a half-baked question, but it's for IT, since you said you were a volunteer or working as an intern with someone in the legislative. So is there, I have no idea, does the state of Connecticut have a office for dealing with refugees, immigrants? I mean, how do people who come to Connecticut find Connecticut? And then how does Connecticut welcome them? Officially, obviously, because I know that people go to wherever their country people are. That's normal. I'm a refugee too, in a sense, but it's another story. But I just wondered what the situation is right now, if there is some kind of system for the state to welcome people.
So that's within the legislative office building?
Yeah. Does the state of Connecticut have a method for welcoming people who are newly arrived, either as immigrants or as refugees?
There isn't a specific events or a specific program they are launching for the refugees, but when we came, Catholic Church helped us. But within the legislative buildings, I know that CAIR is for the Muslim community. They are working really hard for the Muslim people, not for everybody. And also City for Dream, also doing their work from their own side. So they are having event. They are having meeting on next week, Tuesday, and I think they canceled Tuesday. So they're gonna be Wednesday and Thursday. There's gonna be events. So if you guys wants to come, welcome to LOB.
when we're talking about the process, I have seen and also witnessed, some of the process that goes on at the camp. It takes about close to 2 years for them when they go through this process. But along the process also, they'll be asked, if there's a state that they want to go to, or they have a relative somewhere living in some state. And so they fill that out, and so they'll see if that's possible to send this family to that state, and if there's any organization that's available there to help them out. So Catholic Charity in Hartford is one of the organizations. So like IP, had her brothers before. So he was here working, and then the family came over. And so on, and her grandmother came by, and there's some families who live in Collins Street. There were a huge family in South Marshall. I think most of them now is in Ohio, Columbus or Akron and all these places. So, but that's one of the things is they'll be asked whether which state they prefer. If there's some, and also that's good because there's a family there to help them out in some way, give them a ride and all that things. So, I think if anybody has questions, I think.
I just wanted to say thank you for coming out on a Sunday and speaking with us. I know it's oftentimes hard to speak in front of a large crowd, and especially about something so personal. So
thank you. Thank you very much. And of course, we can definitely talk with them, when they're around, so we can speak to them individually.
Well, I want to put a plug for Hello West Hartford as an organization that is trying to be welcoming and to be inclusive of people from other countries who are coming to our town and who are making our town even better. And there's all kinds of different ways in which they do that, but there'll be a big cultural event.
April 24th.
April 28th. 4th, 24th, all right, we'll get it right.
Let's get the right date.
And that's, there she is. Hello, Betsy. Betsy could tell you a whole lot more.
I think you'll have mine.
And I think that I speak to everyone that, West Hartford is one of the most welcoming towns, I think. That's why if we're talking about the Nepalese population, West Hartford has the highest number of Nepalese population living in the state of Connecticut. We had, when we arrived in 2004, there were about 50, not even 50 maybe. Now there's, the Nepalese Association has close to 500 members. There may be close to 800-900 people in West Hartford. So, the reason is it's a welcoming town. Everybody goes welcome. There's great schools. So these are the things that, gets folks settled here. And thank you very much, everyone, for coming in today.
I just want to thank Pramod for being such a leader for the immigrant community and the diversity that we have. I'm Mayor Sherry Cantor, in case you don't know, and I have to run out the door, so if I don't get a chance to speak to you. But he has been so wonderful. Martha being director of the library. This is the kitchen of our community, and I think it's, we welcome everybody. So if you have ideas of how we can do things, take action. This is not about a label or talk. This is about action, and then how we can make our community really an example for the world, actually, for the United States for sure, to talk about the best of all of us and what America is. So please keep, volunteer, do whatever you can, but keep the conversation going. I also want to thank Hello West Hartford, Betsy, and all these things help to bring us together. And we will have to work harder than ever to make sure that we accept, open our minds, learn from each other. Thank you all to the panelists. You were great and inspirational.